Hey everyone, Mr. Creed here, back again with another video for probability. This is the first video for the new unit that we're going to be discussing. We're going to talk about outcomes and events. Okay, so if you're in my class, please cut this out and put it in your notes, your notebook. Glue it in, tape it in, whatever you gotta do, so that way you have it. Okay, for any possible quizzes or anything like that coming up. Okay, I have put in Canvas a copy of the vocabulary terms that will be covered during this throughout this entire week and in this unit. So please check that out. If you will, write those down in your notebook as well, so that way you have those. Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about outcomes and events. So before I can talk about the outcomes or the events, I have to talk about what can we do to get outcomes and events. Well, in order to get an outcome or event, we must perform an experiment. An experiment could be rolling a dice, could be flipping a coin, it could be drawing a number out of a hat, and so on and so forth. Okay. So today we're going to talk about a number cube. We're going to talk about number tiles and like choosing markers out of like I said a bucket, for example. Okay, or a basket. Okay, so let's talk about experiment. An experiment is an investigation or a procedure that has varying results or different results. Okay, now the result of an experiment are called outcomes. Outcomes can be more than one outcome, can be or just a single outcome. Okay, so and a collection of all those outcomes would be called an event. Okay, um, and also, the outcome of a specific event are called favorable outcomes, what you want to happen. Okay, so let's identify outcomes. Okay, so let's just talk about that. All right, so I'm going to switch over to a new page here to so I can write with you guys. Okay, all right, so identifying outcomes. So we're going to roll a number cube. Okay, now remember a cube has six sides. Okay, so the possible outcomes on this number cube could be, or there are six possible outcomes. I could roll a one, a two, three, four, five, or a six. Okay, um, that would be the possible outcomes of just rolling a cube. Okay, now favorable outcomes of a cube. Okay, we're talking about what do we want to roll. Okay, well I want to roll a an odd number. Okay, so the favorable outcome of rolling an odd number was there's only three choices, either one, three, or five. Okay, so the probability of rolling an odd number would be three out of six possible outcomes. Okay, or it can be 0.5 or 50%. Okay, so um, there's that. Okay, now we got to figure out what we got to here are the possible outcomes of the tiles that are shown below here. This is going to be our practice for the day for this video. Okay, so we have to figure out what's the probability of choosing a six. Okay, so the probability is the likelihood of something happening. Okay, what I'm gonna have it what you're gonna see from now on is me writing it like this right here: probability of a six. P equals probability. Okay, and choosing a six. Well, how many sixes are in this set of outcomes here? Well, from what I can see, there's only one six. So out of nine possible outcomes, only one of those could produce a six. So it could look like 1/9. You can see it as a decimal, 0.11, or you can see it as a percent, 11, whoops, 11%. Okay. I hope you don't hear my wife down there talking. She's talking to her mom. She's gonna go into work. Number two, okay, choosing a number that is greater than five. It does not say greater than or equal to, so it got to be everything bigger than five. Okay, so luckily for you, these number tiles are in numerical order, and it appears that there are one, two, three, four numbers that are greater than five. So the probability of choosing something greater than five would be 4 out of 9. So four possible outcomes out of nine, um, 4 outcomes out of 9 possible outcomes. Okay, all right. So as a decimal, this would be 0.44, or as a percent, that would be 44%. Okay. So if you haven't noticed yet, probabilities are measured from 0 to 1 or from 0% to 100%. Okay. Number 3, choosing a number that is less than 3, not less than or equal to, but just less than. Okay, so it's not including 3. Well, there are two numbers that are less than 3, 1 and 2. So the probability of choosing a number less than 3 would be 2 out of 9, or decimal 0.22, or as a percent, it would be 22%. Okay, so here's the last part of our first page of notes. Okay, when we're done, I want you guys to cut this out and to glue it in your notebooks or tape it in there, or put it somewhere. We're not going to do this, okay? All right. Last one, we got a word problem. A basket contains red and blue markers. There are 30 markers in the basket. Okay. So two key things to solve for this problem here. Okay. Choosing a red marker and not choosing a red marker have the same number of favorable outcomes. How many red markers are in the basket? Well, the likelihood of me pulling out a red marker and a blue marker in this case is going to be exactly the same. You have a 50-50 chance. Okay, so to determine the number of red markers, okay, the probability of choosing a red, the probability of choosing a blue, okay, would be 1/2. Okay, 1/2 for each one. Okay, so if there's a 50% chance of choosing a red marker and a 50% chance of choosing a blue marker, well, how many of those are going to be there? Well, it's just half of 30. Okay, 30 markers total. Half of those is blue, half of those are red. Okay, so choosing a red marker. Okay, so how many red markers do you have? Well, you take 30 and divide it by 2, you should get 15. So yeah, you should have 15 red markers. Okay. All right. Be sure you like this video. Be sure to subscribe if you have not already. This video will go on Canvas as well for those that would like to see it other than in YouTube or have easier access to it. Please cut this out, tape it, or glue it into your notebook. Check out that vocabulary list. Okay. If you have any questions, stop by my Zoom sessions from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. every morning this week. I look forward to seeing you guys then. Bye.